I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. Look at beautiful stars, I wanna drive a faster car.
Hi guys, welcome to this episode of Make or Break. Today we're going to be talking about mental health and how I've been affected by it and how much it means to me to get this word out there. If this video can help just one of you lovely people, then it was well worth it. I filmed this with my buddy Chiro and Scoot when we were at the VinWiki Studios hosted by Ed Bolian. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks again. Hi guys, welcome to this episode of Make or Break. Today I'm going to be talking about mental health with my buddy Scoot and my buddy Chiro. It has affected me throughout my whole life, and if this video can help just one of you out there, then it was well worth it. Guys, hope you enjoy.
So welcome to a very special episode for the Hard Up Garage channel, Petrolheadonism channel and Scoot Supercars channel, here from the VinWiki headquarters in Atlanta, Georgia. Today we're talking about bullying and mental health and how in the car scene it reverberates throughout. Scoot here is going to be the superstar of the latest Spotting London Supercars documentary, but he was bullied at school for being a supercar spotter, for enjoying his passion. Scoot, you wanted to talk about this?
Yeah, I think it's taken a while. As a lot of people know, I've done this for about 7 years, since I was 13, and crazy enough, I've just turned 20. And I've never had the confidence to talk about this. And I'd only say recently with Petrolheadonism and doing it with Chiro, I feel like it's the right time to talk and even post it on my page, as I have still not even told my closest friends I even do this. I don't even know how they haven't even found out. I'm always around cars, but I've always struggled because I feel like I wanted to be different. I didn't like following everyone wear the same clothes. I didn't like always just going down the football route that all the boys would do. And I had a passion for cars since I was very young. And I liked chasing cars around London. I suppose that's the simple way of putting it. And it would be every day at school, I'd get taking the mickey out of why I'm doing it. I'm starting a YouTube channel, like it's weird. And you know, even stuff I would wear, even because I'm ginger, I'd get taking the mickey out 24/7. And I couldn't escape it for very few years. I remember in year 4, being ginger and that whole thing, I got bullied quite a bit then. And towards middle school and year 9 to 11, that's when the whole car thing took off, and it really affected me. You know, I'd have a lot of days where I'd come home crying. I'd have a lot of days where I'd be like, why bother? And why not I just do football? It's easy, isn't it? It's simple, and I'm with others. But I'm here today. I never gave up on my dreams. I am now living my dream at 20 years old, and I fully am. You know, working full time with Chiro next to me, being in America with Sam, and I'm even in the famous Ed Bolian's room right now. You know, if anyone's to see you can do it, and you can carry on, you know, it's taken a while, it's been very hard, but I think having this talk right now and getting these two to talk about their story as well, I think it needed to be said, and I think spreading this is for the best cause, and I think it's just, you know, great we can sit down right now as us three and talk about this.
There's obviously Sam, we're going to touch on this, but there's a full underlying kind of theme here which ties into mental health, because being bullied at school as a child, coming home from school crying, isn't the way you should feel as a child. But if this video can make one child believe that they can follow their dream,
exactly,
be a ballet dancer if they want to be a ballet dancer.
I was a dancer. I did tap,
danced?
ballet, modern, I did everything, and I stopped doing it. I was told I was the best dancer in my class at 11 years old, right? And because so many people took the mickey out of me, I was the best tap dancer in my class. There was 9 of us, mostly girls and 2 boys, and everyone took the mickey out of me, right? Girls, boys all took the mickey out of me, and they said, you're a brilliant modern dancer, all this kind of stuff. And I gave up on it because I loved it so much. But you know what? To go somewhere where you enjoy it and the teacher is telling you you're doing amazing, but every other person in the room, every girl in that room, every person at your school is
worthless. What's the point in doing it?
What's the point in doing something that, although it makes me happy, makes people so angry that it's not worth even doing?
So a short pause from all the action while we say a massive thank you to VinWiki. Check out their channel. If it weren't for them, we wouldn't be here. As well as Ship My Car, who at some point in the near future are going to be shipping one of these back to the UK for us. Now, bullying is rife, and it's shocking to see my own daughters suffering from it in different stages of their lives. And you think it's shocking in this day and age that it's still occurring, but what it clearly is, it's about minorities. And like for me, I was one of 2 Italians in my school year, and it was like easy pickings, and there'd be words that I wouldn't even want to say out loud on this video because I don't want the new generation to know what they are, but it was like made you feel so insignificant, and you felt like you had to conform. And I was always against conform. I always want to be different, and I always want to put myself out there and say, no, this is me, and be individual and follow your dreams. You know, for me, I've always wanted to work in the car industry in some element, some form. But whether it was family pressure and going into the family business, which is being a hotelier, I've now been able to see, and COVID has helped a lot, realise that what I'm creating is a brand and I can live my dream. And again, like Scoot said, being here in this room with Ed today is kind of like a pinnacle moment, and you kind of think, hold on, this is working, there's something about this. But mental health underlies all of this, and
sure.
Everybody, I've suffered depression, and 5 years ago I was in a really, really dark place, and I just had to cut myself free of a certain amount of toxicity in my life. The first thing is to actually realise that that's occurring. You have to accept it, you have to acknowledge it, you have to understand it, and then you have to start to learn how to grow yourself from within, to fight it. And one thing one man said to me, for every negative comment that's made, or anything negative that happens to you on a day, just smash it with 5 positives. Think of the 5 positive things. You forget the family you have, the amazing wife you have, the cars, the lifestyle, the friends, the supportive network you have. But again, like going back to bullying, like you were bullied for the colour of your skin.
100%. Like
I don't get that.
No, so I know you don't, but I was like always on holiday. So my mum and dad, when they got together, they wanted to travel the world. Yeah, that's what they wanted. Then I came along in their lives, and they didn't change their dreams. Yeah, so every penny they ever made, I went to Sardinia, Barbados, India, Pakistan, Italy, Spain. I've been around the world. Yeah, so I could never be racist if I wanted to, because I've met so many lovely people from every race. Yeah, my mum and dad, we went to Barbados. Yeah. My dad drove to the only school in Barbados and said, is there a young lad here, 16 years old, that we can get his parents' consent to take us around the island, and we'll pay him some money to show us the local sites, right? So we had a black man jump in our Jeep who we didn't know, yeah, who the teacher said he was a good English-speaking boy who would try really hard to take us to lovely places. And by the end of the week, I was devastated to say goodbye to him, because at the beginning of the week he was just a somebody, right? But at the end of it, he made our holiday amazing, right? My dad was walking down the beach in St. Lucia. He's got his brand new Nikes on that were probably £30 back in the 2000s or whatever, right? And there's this lady, she's blind and deaf, right? And she had a piece of tyre on one shoe and a bandage around the other shoe. And she was selling these volcanic stone necklaces, right, with elephants on and stuff. And she had about 50 that she'd handmade. So she'd buy the stones and then buy the stuff and make them. And my dad took his shoes off and just gave them to her. And she handed all of these necklaces to her, right, which, if you added it up, is probably £100 worth of necklaces. And my dad said, no, thank you. My dad made a bit of a mistake that day, because they don't sell shoes in Barbados. But for my dad,
he had a rubber tie on one foot and a bandage
on the other. But for him to do that just showed that it doesn't matter where you're from or what you've got. Absolutely. Like, there's always someone out there that needs something a little bit more than you, you know? And that's where it comes from. Going around the world, meeting these people, showed me that, like, I'd come back with a dark tan. I'm not tan now, but I'd be really dark. And my joke, the name Pakistani is a town. It's not a racist word, but the abbreviation Paki is not very nice. Yeah. So basically, it's a word of English people. They put people in a box again, right? And my nickname at school was Paki Sammy, right? So because I was always tanned, always dark, and it just drove me so bad. Like, I was so depressed. I was so happy, like unhappy. But there's a couple of things in my life that happened when I was younger that made me, which I didn't want to change. Do you know what I
No,
mean?
so that leads us on perfectly to the fact that we've heard Scoot say a few words about his experiences and yourself, and both of you speak with humility, and I think that's coming from the experiences you've had, that you're so humble, you're so appreciative of the experiences you've had over the last few years. And you know,
Absolutely.
I don't remember you when you were first spotting at one of my car shows, but
Yeah.
I've seen the photos and
Yeah.
now I know you were there and what those car shows mean to you. For me,
It was an escape. That's
Yeah.
the crazy thing. Cars was an escape, and even funny enough you saying that, your show, me and Dad going to every week, was an escape of me not being at a football pitch, taking the mick out of, not being in a classroom, being called names. It was an escape where I was in my element, and I felt like everyone else around me could feel me, where I felt comfortable in myself.
Yeah. For me, putting the car shows on was about bringing people together that enjoyed cars, but what I absolutely thrived on was seeing parents with their kids on a day out, and the parents reminiscing and
Absolutely.
nostalgic
That's the
about
one.
the cars
That's the
that
one,
they
yeah.
used to own or their dad owned, and sharing that experience with their children. And even now, you know, we nurture a lot of young talent. We've got a couple of spotters, photographers that are 9 and 10 years old.
Yeah.
We've got Lewis Stockwell, who
Lewis, Cameron,
yeah,
Ben.
they're young lads that are
Yeah.
coming through
And they're
getting their work
smashing it as well,
published now.
yeah.
But again, I think main thing about this is follow your dream, follow your passion, follow what you believe in. And I've always believed if you've got something that you can turn into a business or something you enjoy and monetize it,
For sure. Mhm.
within 10 years you'll be one of the best in the game
I
of what
think
you do.
what you said about the whole turning into 5 good things and everything, I think in this day and age now, 70% of all this bullying is also social media, or where we come to and know beforehand it was also in person. You had it in person as well, and so did you at school.
Yeah.
I think now, because it's social media, and you said, how do you deal with it? These are just people, like you said before when we've done interviews, it is just people on a keyboard typing this. And I think how to come over this is you just need to tell yourself, they wouldn't say this in front of you, or I highly doubt that a lot of things that we've probably been called in our lifetime, that wouldn't happen in real life, of what we've seen on social media. And I think in this day and age of going forward and coming over this, how much social media is taken over in our lives. This is our life, and it's not social media. We won't let social media take it from us. So when we see these comments and stuff, don't let it get to you.
But like when I was growing up, so Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean, yeah. I used to watch that show relentlessly, right? Some funny guy that in real life, this isn't act, it's a, he's putting an act on and portraying a character, a very clever gentleman, Mr. Rowan Atkinson, right? And he was funny and he was the centre of attention, and indirectly he was odd and different, but he made everyone laugh, you know? And growing up, I was that person. I was just an absolute plonker, right? And everyone used to laugh. My family used to laugh. I used to have my close-knit group that used to laugh. But then the outer group would think I was weird because I was always being silly or joking, or, people have always like said, oh, are you on something, Sam? Because you're always on like a positive high. But through growing up watching him as an actor portraying who he wants to be and not caring about what anyone thinks of him.
That's the main thing, just not caring about what other people, it's you.
I wouldn't have
your journey.
My kids or my girlfriend or any of the relationships I've got now if I didn't watch him and be my own version of him. I'm a car guy that's eccentric, nuts and crazy and fun. And if people don't like that, that's fine, because someone else will. I met my girlfriend who is everything I've ever wanted in my life. I had my kids because of that. I met you guys because I'm an actor, and I've done jobs on your stage because I had the guts to go do
And
it.
as you said, like you wouldn't have it without watching him. I know I wouldn't have it without the cars. I'm probably saying, speaking of charity, it's the people around you, the whole community that helps us.
For me, it's putting out the positive vibes, and 99.9% of the time, anything going out on social media has a positive aspect to it. And you put out those positive vibes and it brings in and reaps the benefits, and it brings positive people around you. And that positivity can absolutely annihilate the negativity that's out there. But you have to have the right mindset to be able to do that. And you have to be stronger in yourself, believe in yourself, love yourself, to be able to portray yourself as yourself and be yourself. And it's so hard, because when I was first year of uni, one of the French 17th century books I read was about self-love. And I was like, what is this self-love thing? And that's when I came into my first couple of years of uni, thinking I needed to be someone to impress others and be popular, etc. And I thought, no, I'm just going to be myself. This is an opportunity for a reset button. This is an opportunity for me to be me, how I want to be. And I found actually I was popular.
Yeah.
I did have good friends. But I was popular because I was with people that I got on with.
Yeah.
Not because I was being Mr. Popular
And fake, yeah.
and fake. And it's been a journey through this whole car thing with Petrolheadonism. We've been doing car shows since 2007. There's been some characters there that I've associated with that then have fizzled out, but they were in the scene for the wrong reason. But especially the last 3 years, when I reevaluated everything, coming through the therapy of depression and learning more about myself on a mental health level, and now being outspoken, and I really want to help people through petrolheadism on a mental health.
This is the biggest thing I'd love to do. Is helping.
But one thing I want people to get from this, right? Although this is possibly coming across that we're all a bit somber and a bit negative here, and a bit of a, this is like a, you know, something we're trying to be a bit more somber about. Please take this in a different context. We're telling you all this now because we are in the holy grail of chairs in America because of the people we are, right? The struggles we've overcome, the people we've ignored, and you know, it's very easy to go and punch someone in the nose that's being horrible to you or someone you love.
No, be a big person.
Being a big person, walking away and being a nice person, and don't ever change, because the minute you change yourself because someone has put you in a corner, they've won, right? The only reason I'm sat in this chair with you two people in the most amazing setting in America is because I've prevailed through all that. And what we want you to get out of this, guys, is it isn't about, you know, mental health is something you can't talk about. It's the most important thing to talk about. Because if you're not proud of yourself, then, you know, you need to reevaluate your situation pretty quick and the people you're with, you know?
True. It takes time, but as long as you can just have that bit of positivity in your mind every day, do what you love, because not every day is happy. We know that. Not every day is.
Oh, there's days you wake up, you question what's it all for.
Absolutely.
You have a down day. Everybody has a down day.
But, you know,
you've got to look around yourself and pick out the positives, because you will have a lot of positives. One thing we do in life is always look forward. Sometimes you need to stop, look to your side, you see your wife, you see your 4 kids, you see your car collection, you see the lovely house you've got, the lovely family, the supportive friend network. You look to each side of you, and then you step forward together. And guys, we're going to do this as a series, okay? I think we've spoken enough for now, okay?
Absolutely.
You guys watching, drop some comments, let us know what you think, let us know of your experiences, be open, honest, ask us some questions, and we'll answer them in the next episode that we'll film. So drop a comment, give us a like, give us some feedback, and obviously subscribe to all 3 of us, because we're awesome.
Don't forget it.
Quick reminder, hit the subscribe button, the like button, and then the bell button, so you get alerts when we release new episodes, and follow us on social media too for extra stuff and more alerts about videos we're releasing, which at the moment is every Wednesday and Sunday. Bye for now.